Hello, this is an off-topic video today. Well, let me make sure the mic is on first because for whatever reason, okay, yeah, the mic is on. But there's a heat wave, of course, that is affecting different parts of the world due to El Nino, the person I tried to warn y'all about. Well, did I try to warn y'all? I had intentions of. Did I do effective timing? No, I did not. My apologies. However, this is not fear mongering. This is solution based videos because everything I discuss in this video are the things that you can do. So that means that if you can do these things, you have nothing to fear because Earth been hot for a while. Ain't hotter than me though. Okay, so most people think heat danger starts outside, the job site, the sidewalk, the car, the football field. But most of but one of the most dangerous places during the heat wave can be the place people run to for safety, their own home. And the irony of me having a portable AC behind me, but that is a whole different story. Don't worry about that. Then trying and when the air condition breaks, when the power goes out, when someone cannot open the window, when rent is high and the light bill is higher, the home can stop being a shelter and become a slow cooker. Current and future heat wave reality. Extreme heat is not just summer being summer. Ready.gov defines extreme heat as high heat and humidity with temperatures above 90 degrees for at least 2 to 3 days and warns that it makes the body work harder to maintain a normal temperature. The future concern is not only hotter days, it is hotter nights, longer heat waves, power grid strain, unaffordable utility bills, older housing, poor insulation, sealed windows, people living alone. Heat.gov also warns people not to rely only on fans during dangerous heat, especially when temperatures are very high. Okay, let me see. People are often told stay indoors, but indoors is only safe when the indoor space is actually cool. The EPA warns that indoor temperatures can rise during extreme heat and lead to heat exhaustion or heat stroke, especially during power outages or when air conditioning is unavailable. CDC guidance says people without air conditioning should spend time in air conditioned places, take cool showers or baths, drink more water than usual, use less stove and oven heat, and avoid relying only on fans when temperatures are dangerously hot. Sometimes the danger is not that people ignore the heat. Sometimes the danger is that they had nowhere to go. And search locally because cooling centers are usually cities, county, or emergency management based. The National Center for Healthy Housing says cooling centers access differs by state and county and recommends contacting 211, checking local news, and checking city county emergency management pages. I actually pulled up one for everyone and I already had it ready. Um, Let me cancel this. StreamYard on the computer is different than the one on the phone. I don't want to share none of that. Let me make this a separate window. Like there we go. Share window. Share this window. Okay, now add it to the stage. This is Heat.com. And it has news and events, and then planning, data and tools, and all of the different information from official government and scientists, communities. I would go here if you ever hear anything about heat for your area. And it's heat.gov. So that's so easy. HEAT.gov. And planning and preparing heat action planning, community heat planning resources. And these are things that if you have any local poll or if you have anyone in your local area who is claiming to be for the people of your area, especially if y'all are able to experience this, which at this point, shout out to El Nino, pretty much anyone can experience heat waves. Y'all saw what it did to France. These are the things we need to be worried about. All that bickering and bimbo babbling online about bullshit. Like, we have real issues, and it's not like your color is not going to make you be safe from this heat. Your political party is not going to make you be safe from this heat. Your religion is not going to make you be safe from this heat unless you know some strong witchcraft or like stuff like that. So people are dying, Kim. Anyways, so that's one thing. And then I want to show y'all the website for 211. Even though when I'm mentioning it, I'm referring to the phone because I don't assume everyone is able to access the internet or feel comfortable going to random websites on the internet. So here is 211 right here. And this is the website version of it. And as I mentioned, there's caregiver resources, disaster recovery, since it is a nationwide resource, and rules, regulations, resources vary for state, city, county, municipalities, principalities, country grammar, and a slammer on a hammer. Like this website, you can see all of the different things that they have. Like, let's see, caregiver resources. Help is on the way. Each day, see, that's a summary. That's for senior citizens or care for loved one with an illness, caregiving for cancer patients, caregiving for lupus, general caregiving, and then get help. See, I need help paying my bills. Let's see, I need help paying my bills. What they have for me? Millions of people in the United States experience food, housing, and financial insecurity every year. Okay. If you prefer to talk to someone, you can always call 211. Now, granted, this is included in this video because this can help with the heat issue as well. They have rental assistance throughout the country. Now, granted, for some of the programs, I can't speak for 211, but I know from like nonprofit experience, when you are asking for financial assistance, the people want to see what you're working with. That may be offensive to some people. There is a bitter 70-year-old I know who refused all types of government assistance because they wanted a paycheck. And they talk about, oh, they're getting out of my business just to help me. Like, if they didn't have any type of boundaries, they would run out of money because everyone would say that they wanted rental assistance. So please don't be that 70-year-old, bitter, upset, alone. Like, get your help, please. Then they have mortgage assistance, general utility assistance, low income home energy assistance programs, even health insurance. So when I'm telling people that, go get checked, there's resources, there's something to help. Now, granted, again, some of it requires applications, but I don't know what 211 offers over the phone. If they're able to maybe get the application started for you, that's for you to find out. I'm not gonna waste those people call center hours by calling to ask dumb questions, because for me it would be a dumb question because I don't need the resources. And yeah, but the website has a lot of information as well too. And don't be afraid. Like, for people who've been struggling most of their life, what I find is that they learn to shrink themselves. So when it comes to getting assistance, when it comes to being heard, when it comes to speaking up about things, something like a background coding that's installed in a lot of struggling people makes them feel too small to deserve their issue to be resolved. So please don't be them people. Like, you deserve to have these issues resolved, and whatever the issue that caused you to get into it, you will figure that out. But for the time being, do not let these things that this website help with be the things that hold you back. Mental health. There's a lot of mental health resources in this country that people are not using. So please don't let the people fool you online. We need more mental health resources. We need more financial literacy. It's literally right there on the internet. The same internet that y'all argue on. And not even, I'm projecting because every viewer might not be arguing. Some people might really be concerned about this heat. But a lot of people argue on, like, it's a lot of resources here. Food and program benefits. And also too, if your area has not had a heat wave warning yet, please take the time to go get some extra cases of water right now. Do not wait for the herd to do it. When you're trying to go to the stores with the herd, you see what happens. But bookmark this website, and the phone number is the same, 211. It's no 1-800, it's no anything. And also 211 does not email you. So if you ever getting emails and it's not and you didn't sign up from these people, please don't get it confused with spam because spam is really bad now. I That's a video I have to do later because I actually see spam that if I didn't know it was spam, I probably would have got convinced that it was real. But baby, please be careful out there. The scammers are hungry. Even though they don't use their money for anything. I only heard one scam where they donated it to charity, and that was the lottery scam where the man was it the lottery? No, the Monopoly scam where the man was a security guard for the factory that printed out the Monopoly pieces, and he was giving it to different people around the country, so they didn't know that he was the one giving it away. And one of the people donated money to St. Jude. But other than that, those people do not care about people when they scamming. So yeah, that is that. This is just a quick warning. Also, too, when it comes to I'm not y'all parents or nothing, so you gonna do what you want to do anyway. But I just would recommend if you in a possible heat wave situation to limit things that make you lose body water, like alcohol. Like if you smoke tobacco and stuff, be very mindful of how much water you taking. If you drink caffeine, please try to quit or limit it or do like switch up something because caffeine is how people get heat exhaustion very quickly because caffeine makes your body just do stuff, you know, it just be doing stuff. And the low income home energy assistance programs help families with energy costs. It does not give direct federal grants to individuals. People apply through state or local administrators. So what that is saying is that the grants are acquired by the organization that will give you help. And then when you need the help, you go through the organization. And since it's a grant, the government gives the grant holder requirements to qualify people because when they give these grants out, it's not just the people wanting to be nosy and know your information. They have to send information to whoever sent them the grant proving that it was used correctly because you know they have fraud in the nonprofit industry and the government don't want y'all taking their money. That's one thing they don't play about is their money. Baby, if you ever gonna be a criminal, do not steal from the government unless you just want to go to jail. But weatherization assistance programs can help some households improve insulation, sealing, and energy efficiency. So that's for people have who homeowners, or even if you are not the homeowner, if you rent a home, your landlord should be seeing about getting this done because it gives grants to improve the home. So like if you have leaky windows, if you have insulation in the attic that's allowing heat to come in, then there's local utility hardship programs. Many electric companies have payment plans, medical hardship forms, shut-off protections, or nonprofit assistance. Now, I know this for shut-off protections, people who have defibrillators, excuse me if I said it wrong, these braces moving my teeth and my pronunciation is shifting like my teeth are. Um, People who have any type of medical emergencies, please let your electricity company know immediately, even before you ever do, because what happens is they never shut your power off, no matter how high it gets. Because some people they could lose their life if they lose power. And then of course, findhelp.org. That's search by zip code for cooling assistance, utility help, food, transportation, and emergency aid. Matter of fact, I'm here right now. Let me just pull that up for you. I feel like that and 211 is cousins, even though they're not the same website. Let's see, find help, and I'm going to add it to the stage. Share a window. Okay, this is findhelp.org. So let's say I need food, even though it's going to want to know what zip code. I'm going to give it a New Orleans zip code. Verify you're a human. No, I'm a robot. I like how they have that on every website, but somehow spam still makes it to my email. Okay, so if you were in New Orleans and you were hungry, meals, Lantern Light Ministry. Lantern Light provides a hot, nutritional noontime meal to anyone in need of food. Services provided include food to meet basic nutritional needs. Then they have food pantries, provides quality food to households experiencing food insecurity. Like it's over 251 results in New Orleans. That's the type of places I would donate directly to. If I see the people actually giving the help, I would donate to them. I'm no longer donating to places that just known to be helpful because I know people who tried to go to certain shelters and the caseworkers wasn't even returning calls. But it's like y'all getting all of this money, anyways. So yeah, that's that for that. Like if you not a regular viewer, I rant sometimes about stuff. Okay, best practices to stay safe during heat waves. Did I even have it on the screen though? Yeah, I didn't. Oops. Okay, let me go back to that because I don't think I had it on the screen. My apologies. Let's see. Food. You see it's 35 results. They have community fridges, meals, and it's a two-way street. If you want to volunteer or donate resources, you can use these to find places that actually help people. Then they have low-income home energy assistance programs. And let me start from the beginning since I don't think that I had it up. This is finehelp.org, and it's a nationwide, as you can see, America at the top. So you would put in your zip code, and either you can just let it tell you everything, or you can pick what you specifically need help for. Like they even have legal assistance. So if I was locked up and I didn't have money, case management, both in person, over the phone, ADA information line, Civil Rights Division. That's for disability. American Disabled Act, I think. I don't know. SNAP, Victim Services, is here to provide you with emotional support, but also assistance in a variety of ways after a drunk or drug driving crash, at all at no cost to victims. Legal Help Desk provides information regarding discrimination. Healthcare.gov. Okay, let's look at transit. Well, New Orleans say you if you don't have a ride, you better walk. Okay, work. Let's see what about work. Library services, like I mentioned in videos. In New Orleans, we have Job One, paid structured family caregiving, free community cooking classes. I was today years old when I knew about that, but look, they have a waiting list. See open hours, tutoring, training, mental health first aid. Mental health first aid offers their course to anyone that wants to learn risk factors and warning signs for mental health. Oh, baby, I'm about to be taking that one because we in a mental health apocalypse in this city, even though I don't live directly there. Thank God. Anyway, so much for that. Back to the heat. Excuse me, the heat warning stuff, because that's more important than the petty stuff that goes on in that city. So, do not wait until you feel thirsty. Thirst is not a strategy, it is a late notification. CDC recommends drinking more water than usual during heat and not waiting until thirst starts. Best options: water, electrolyte drinks when sweating heavily, oral rehydration solutions, water rich fruits, soups or broths in moderation if sodium is appropriate for the person. So only soups or broths if you someone who your medical stability requires you to have a certain amount of sodium in your blood. Avoid overdoing plain water without electrolytes if sweating for hours. People with heart failure, kidney disease, or fluid restrictions should follow medical guidance. Caffeine, tea, alcohol, and heat. Baby, this is for y'all. I used to be one of y'all. Well, I mean, I still drink tea. I don't drink caffeine at all. I don't even drink caffeine related tea because caffeine is my enemy at this point. But that's a different video. Caffeine is not automatically poison, but during extreme heat, it is not the main character. Water is, electrolytes are, shade is, not throwing shade, but being under shade, like actual cooling shade. That is the shade you need. Cooling is if your drink is black tea, green tea, coffee, soda, pre-workout, or an energy drink. Remember that caffeine can add stress to a body already fighting the weather, especially if you my people I see at the gym. I shout out to y'all. It's very admirable that you work out before you go to work. But baby, this is hot now. You might want to switch up the workout plan. I don't want to see you dead. Some of y'all too fine to die. Is enough fine people always dying, and it's always so sad when it's a picture and you be like, damn, and then they be like, rest in peace. So please don't be that. Teas to mention that have caffeine: black tea, green tea, white tea, oolong tea, matcha, yerba mate, many bottle teas, many energy teas. Usually caffeine free, but always check the label. Check the label. Please check the ingredients. Check everything. Because sometimes they be slipping some stuff in y'all stuff. So y'all need to really pay attention to that. And that's not even conspiracy. It's literally, it might be something that's one ingredient, and then the ingredient list have 20 ingredients on there. Like, usually caffeine are peppermint tea, hibiscus, chamomile, I ain't ginger tea, lemon balm. Granted, these are when they're in their pure form. Some places like to mix teas together. So do not rely on the name of it to mean that it is caffeine free. But remember, caffeine makes you lose more water. So that means you have to drink more water. Read the label. Tea does not automatically mean caffeine free. Now we have foods that help cool the body. This is support, not a cure, not a replacement for anything. Cooling water-rich foods. Watermelon, cucumber, strawberries, grapes, pineapple, lettuce, celery, tomatoes, zucchini, yogurt, smoothies with water, smoothies with fruit and water or milk. Use milk at your own risk. I'm biased about milk. I'm lactose under tolerant, so I know it's intolerant, but I just say stuff wrong for no reason sometimes. Cold pasta salad, tuna chicken salad kept safely cold, frozen fruit, popsicles or electrolyte freezer pops, foods and habits that can make heat harder, alcohol, heavy fried foods, very salty processed foods, excess caffeine, energy drinks, which is caffeine, large heavy meals, using the oven or stove during peak heat, hot soups or heavy comfort foods during the hottest part of the day, sugary drinks replacing water. Heat.gov specifically recommends using the stove and oven less to keep indoor temperatures cooler. I'm praying for all of the people I know who refrigerator be full of cold drinks and juices. Make sure they have a life insurance policy. If they don't, I'm gonna put one on them. Home safety, when you cannot open windows. This is super important. When someone cannot open windows because of crime concerns, disability, broken windows, sealed rentals, bad air quality, bugs, no screen, or fear of leaving a home exposed, heat gets trapped. If the home has poor insulation, direct sun exposure, a hot attic, no AC, or a power outage, the inside temperature can climb into dangerous territory. EPA guidance says windows and coverings should generally be closed during the day before it gets hot outside, then opened at night when the outside air is cooler if it is safe to do so. Fans can help exhaust hot air or bring in cool air, but fans should not be used as the only cooling method in a closed room during dangerous heat. Practical tips: close blinds and curtains before the sun hits. And try to get blackout curtains. It's a lot of people that I used to see on social media that would complain about the heat and then they don't even have curtains. It's like, okay. And it's not because they couldn't afford it, because they were luxury living. So it was a choice. Block direct sunlight with towels, blackout curtains, cardboard, or reflective window coverings. Stay in the lowest, coolest room. Avoid top floor rooms if possible. Turn off unnecessary electronics. Do not cook with the oven during peak heat. Take cool showers or use cool, wet towels on the neck, wrists, armpits, and groin. Freeze water bottles and place them near the body, not directly against skin for long periods. So they would suggest like you wrap it up with a towel, wrap it up with a paper towel, put it in a Ziploc bag, and so you don't have it directly on your skin. Create a cool room with the least sun exposure. Leave the room, leave the home for a cooling center before symptoms begin. Check on elders, children, disabled neighbors, pets, and people living alone. That's at your own risk. Do you have a relationship with elders, children, disabled neighbors, pets, and people living alone? If you don't, then you don't. Heat illness warning signs. Possible symptoms include heavy sweating, weakness, dizziness, headache, nausea, muscle cramps, fast pulse, and cool or clammy skin. That's all the symptoms I had when I wore a waist trainer to the club one time. Don't ever do that. Woo. Mayo Clinic notes that heat exhaustion happens when the body overheats and can include heavy sweating and rapid pulse. Heat stroke. Call 911 if someone has confusion, fainting, seizure, hot skin, slurred speech, body temperatures around 104 or higher, loss of consciousness, severe weakness, symptoms that do not improve quickly after cooling. Heat stroke is not a sleep it off situation. They will be asleep forever. They will be swinging low with the sweet chariot coming forth to carry them home if you let them go to sleep. That is a 911 situation. Extreme heat exposes the truth about how connected we really are. Check on the person who lives alone. Check on the elder whose pride may not let them ask for help. Check on the worker who says they're fine because they need the paycheck. Check on the neighbor whose windows never open. Survival is not weakness. Preparation is intelligence. And in this heat, community can be the difference between discomfort and disaster. In this heat, community is when you have community, because if you don't have a community, then you just won't have a community during this. And that's going to maybe help people understand all of that performative community labeling online is just that, a performance. If you can't walk up to these people in your community, if you a lesbian and you can't go to any lesbian and then they just be like, oh, we both lesbians, let me help you. Or if you black and you can't just go up to any black person and they be like, oh, let me help you because you're black, you're a fellow nigger. Excuse me. Like, no, no. I mean, we are like, because really when it comes to community, we community on status, on census, on like surveys. Yes, we're a community because it's a group of people with the same traits that they lump together. But in real life, your community is who checking on you. This is me checking on you, even if I don't know you. Please take this heat seriously because El Nino is going to be here for a while. And if your first thing is to panic, you lost. You lost already because all this is things that have been going on. People been talking about El Nino was coming. People been worrying about these things. It's just the type of content you watch doesn't discuss that. So, but y'all be safe out there. And if you need a bottle of water, I'm in New Orleans. If y'all need a bottle of water, I'm not bringing it to you, but you can have water. I have like 8 cases of water. If you can find me, you can have it. Have a good day. Stay cool. And don't argue either, because that raises your temperature.